Do you want to know a secret? Great storytelling isn't just a gift. It's a skill you can master. Studies show that stories are 22 times more memorable than facts alone. Surprising, right? Imagine you're at a party. There's someone telling a boring story, and everyone is yawning. But then, someone else starts a story that pulls you in. You can't wait to hear what happens next. That's the power of a great storyteller. Here's another shocker. The human brain is wired for stories. When we hear a story, our brains release oxytocin, a hormone that makes us feel connected and engaged. This is why we laugh, cry, and cheer for fictional characters. In this video, you'll learn the top 6 secrets to mastering story structure. These secrets aren't your typical tips. They're proven techniques that work like magic. You'll discover how to keep your audience on their toes with unpredictability. You'll learn to create deep emotional connections and craft flawed, relatable heroes. Want to know how to pace your story perfectly? Or paint vivid imagery that makes your scenes come alive? We've got you covered. And let's not forget about weaving themes that add deeper meaning to your tales. Ready to become a storytelling master? Let's dive in and uncover these secrets together. By the end, you'll have the tools to captivate any audience. Stay tuned, your journey to storytelling greatness starts now. Chapter 1. The Power of Unpredictability, Keeping Your Audience on Their Toes. Welcome to the first secret of mastering story structure, unpredictability. You know those stories that keep you glued to your seat, guessing what's next? That's the power of unpredictability at work. Unpredictability isn't just about throwing random surprises. It's about crafting twists that feel both unexpected and inevitable. Think about classic movies like The Sixth Sense. That twist ending, it was shocking, but when you rewatch, the clues were all there. This is the sweet spot of unpredictability, surprising yet satisfying. Studies show that unpredictable stories engage our brains more. Neuroscientist Gregory Burns found that our brains release dopamine when we experience something unexpected. It's like a little reward that makes us want more. So, by introducing twists, you're essentially hooking your audience on a natural high. To create this magic, start with foreshadowing. Drop subtle hints that something is off, but don't give away too much. In J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter, clues about Snape's true allegiance are sprinkled throughout the series, but they're so subtle that the final reveal is both surprising and logical. Another strategy is red herrings, false leads that misdirect the audience. Agatha Christie was a master at this. Her novels are filled with suspects and motives that seem obvious until the real culprit is unveiled. These red herrings keep readers guessing and invested in the outcome. Unpredictability also thrives on subverting expectations. Take a cliché and twist it. George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones does this brilliantly by killing off main characters, defying the trope that heroes always survive. It shocks viewers and keeps them coming back for more. Remember, unpredictability doesn't mean chaos. Your twists should fit the story's logic. If a twist feels forced, it can break immersion. Test your twists with friends or fellow writers to ensure they feel natural yet surprising. Incorporating unpredictability makes your story memorable. Audiences love to be surprised, but they also want a payoff that makes sense. By mastering this balance, you'll keep your audience on their toes and make your story unforgettable. Chapter 2. Emotional Anchors, Creating Deep Connections. Let's dive into our second secret, emotional anchors. Great stories make us feel something. Whether it's joy, sadness, anger, or fear, emotions are the bridge that connects your story to your audience. Emotions drive engagement. According to a study by Paul Zak, stories that engage us emotionally cause our brains to release oxytocin, a hormone that promotes empathy and bonding. This is why we cry at sad movies or cheer for underdogs. We're emotionally invested. To create these deep connections, start with relatable characters. Your audience needs to see themselves in your characters' struggles and triumphs. Consider Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games. Her fight for survival and justice resonates because it taps into universal feelings of bravery and resilience. Dialogue is a powerful tool for emotional connection. Real, raw conversations can reveal your character's deepest fears and desires. In The Fault in Our Stars, John Green's characters share their hopes and fears with such honesty that readers can't help but feel deeply connected. Show, don't tell. Instead of saying a character is sad, show their tears, their slumped shoulders, their silent rooms. This allows readers to feel the emotion rather than just read about it. This technique makes the experience more immersive and impactful. Conflict is another essential ingredient. Emotional highs and lows keep your audience invested. Pixar's Up uses conflict masterfully. The opening montage takes viewers on a roller coaster of emotions, from joy to heartbreak, in just a few minutes. Use sensory details to amplify emotions. Describe how things look, sound, feel, taste, and smell to draw readers into the moment. When J.R.R. Tolkien describes the Shire, you can almost smell the fresh grass and feel the warmth of the sun, creating a cozy, nostalgic feeling. Lastly, don't shy away from vulnerability. Show your characters at their weakest. This makes their victories even sweeter. Brené Brown, a researcher on vulnerability, says, "Vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change." By showing your characters' vulnerabilities, you make them more relatable and human. Emotional anchors transform a good story into a great one. They make your audience care deeply about the characters and their journeys. By tapping into universal emotions and using these strategies, you'll create stories that resonate and linger in the hearts of your audience. Chapter 3: The Art of the Flawed Hero, Embracing Imperfection. Now, let's talk about our third secret, the flawed hero. Perfect characters are boring. It's the flaws that make them interesting and relatable. Flaws add depth to your characters. They make them human. Think about Tony Stark from Iron Man. He's brilliant but arrogant, and his flaws make his journey compelling. We root for him because we see his growth. Research shows that audiences connect more with flawed characters. A study by Princeton University found that people feel closer to characters with imperfections because they see parts of themselves in them. It's this relatability that draws readers in. To create a flawed hero, start by identifying their weaknesses. Maybe they're too proud, too stubborn, or too afraid. In Breaking Bad, Walter White's pride drives his transformation from a mild-mannered teacher to a ruthless drug lord. His flaws are the catalyst for the entire story. Next, show their struggle. Flaws should create internal and external conflict. In The Catcher in the Rye, Holden Caulfield's cynicism and depression shape his interactions with the world. His struggle with these flaws makes his story poignant. Flaws should evolve with the character. As they face challenges, their flaws can either get worse or better. In The Kite Runner, Amir's guilt and cowardice haunt him, but by the end, he seeks redemption. This evolution makes his journey satisfying. Use supporting characters to highlight your hero's flaws. In Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson's level-headedness contrasts with Sherlock's arrogance and eccentricity. This dynamic not only highlights Sherlock's flaws but also deepens their relationship. Balance flaws with strengths. Your hero shouldn't be all bad. They need redeeming qualities that make them worth rooting for. Katniss Everdeen is fiercely independent and stubborn, but she's also caring and brave. This balance makes her a well-rounded character. Finally, let your hero fail. Failure is a powerful tool in storytelling. It makes victories sweeter and growth more believable. In Harry Potter, Harry often fails, but each failure teaches him something important. These lessons shape his journey. Embracing imperfection makes your characters memorable. Flawed heroes resonate because they reflect the complexities of real people. By creating characters with depth and relatability, you'll craft stories that stay with your audience long after they've finished. Chapter 4: Pacing Perfection, Timing Your Story Beats. Let's dive into our fourth secret, pacing. Pacing is the rhythm of your story. It's what keeps your audience hooked from beginning to end. Good pacing is all about balance. You need to mix fast-paced action with slower, reflective moments. Too much action can be exhausting, while too much reflection can be boring. It's the balance that keeps readers engaged. A study by the Nielsen-Norman Group found that people read web content in an F-shaped pattern, focusing more on the beginning and end of sections. This means your story should start strong, maintain interest, and end with a bang. To master pacing, start with a solid outline. Identify key plot points and arrange them to maintain a steady flow. In The Hunger Games, Suzanne Collins uses a clear structure: introduction, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. This keeps the story moving and the reader engaged. Shorter sentences and chapters can increase the pace. James Patterson is known for his short, punchy chapters that keep readers turning pages. This technique works well for action scenes or moments of high tension. Conversely, longer, more descriptive passages slow the pace. Use these for moments of reflection or to build atmosphere. In The Night Circus, Erin Morgenstern uses lush descriptions to immerse readers in the magical world, creating a slower, dreamlike pace. Pacing also depends on your genre. Thrillers need fast pacing to keep the adrenaline high, while literary fiction can afford to slow down and explore characters deeply. Know your genre and adjust your pacing accordingly. Use cliffhangers to maintain momentum. Ending a chapter on a cliffhanger compels readers to keep going. Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code is full of cliffhangers, making it hard to put down. This technique is especially effective in serialized storytelling. Balance scenes of action with moments of introspection. After an intense battle, give your characters and readers a breather. This not only paces the story but also allows for character development. In The Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien balances epic battles with quiet moments of reflection and camaraderie. Finally, listen to feedback. Beta readers can give you insights into how your pacing feels. If they're bored or confused, it's a sign your pacing needs adjustment. Use their feedback to fine-tune the rhythm of your story. Chapter 5, Sensory Symphony, Painting Vivid Imagery. Welcome to the fifth secret, sensory details. Great stories make readers feel like they're inside the world you're creating. They do this by engaging the senses. Start with sight. Describe what your characters see, but go beyond the obvious. In The Great Gatsby, F. Scott Fitzgerald paints vivid scenes with phrases like the yellow cocktail music and the blue gardens. These details create a rich, visual tapestry. Use sound to bring scenes to life. Think about how different environments sound. J.K. Rowling uses sound masterfully in Harry Potter, from the whispers of the Sorting Hat to the clamor of Diagon Alley. These sounds make the magical world feel real. Smell is a powerful but often overlooked sense. It can trigger memories and emotions. Marcel Proust famously wrote about the smell of madeleines in Search of Lost Time. This scent brings a flood of memories to the narrator, showing how powerful smell can be. Touch adds a tactile dimension to your story. Describe textures and temperatures. In The Road, by Cormac McCarthy, the feel of the cold, harsh world adds to the story's bleak atmosphere. Readers can almost feel the rough, freezing landscape. Taste can be just as evocative. Use it to enhance scenes and deepen emotional impact. In Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Roald Dahl's descriptions of the fantastical candies make readers' mouths water. These tastes help immerse readers in the whimsical world. Combine senses for a full experience. In The Night Circus, Erin Morgenstern describes the circus using sight, sound, smell, and taste. This creates a vivid, immersive world that readers can almost step into. Use sensory details to set the mood. Dark, gloomy settings with cold, musty smells can create a sense of dread. Bright, sunny days with the scent of flowers can evoke happiness. Sensory details are powerful tools for building atmosphere. Chapter 6, Thematic Threads, Weaving Deeper Meanings. Our final secret is about themes. Themes add depth and meaning to your story. They're the underlying messages that give your story significance. Start by identifying your main theme. This could be love, justice, freedom, or any universal idea. In To Kill a Mockingbird, Harper Lee explores themes of racial injustice and moral growth. These themes give the story its powerful impact. Themes should resonate with your audience. Choose themes that reflect universal truths or current issues. George Orwell's 1984 explores themes of totalitarianism and freedom, which remain relevant today. Embed themes subtly. Avoid heavy-handed messages. Use symbolism and motifs to convey themes. In The Great Gatsby, the green light symbolizes Gatsby's unattainable dreams and the American dream. This subtlety makes the theme more powerful. Show themes through character actions and growth. In Harry Potter, themes of love, sacrifice, and courage are shown through the characters' choices and development. These themes resonate because they are woven into the characters' journeys. Use plot to explore themes. Your story's events should reflect and challenge your themes. In The Hunger Games, the brutal competition and the characters' responses explore themes of survival, power, and rebellion. The plot reinforces the thematic depth. Dialogue can also convey themes. Characters can discuss ideas and reveal beliefs that highlight the theme. In Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen uses dialogue to explore themes of class, marriage, and morality. These conversations deepen the story's meaning. Vary the perspectives on your theme. Show different characters with different views. This adds complexity and realism. In Lord of the Flies, William Golding explores the theme of human nature through characters who embody different aspects of society.